Tamok was the fourth individual of the CPK. As for the police of the East, they were under the supervision and order of Sao Phum, alias Yan. So Sao Yan was the third individual of the CPK. As for the other police of other zones, including the police of the West zone, they were under the supervision of Brother C. Chu Chet. His original name was Chu Chet. He was the full-time member of the Central Committee. As for the other police of the Northwest, the Central, the Northeast, they were under the direct supervision of the secretary of each respective zone. The police of the special zone, like Kampong Saum zone or sector, they were under the immediate supervision of Pol Pot. So all the police were under the four groups of people. So the police of S21 are not peculiar to any other police, and they did not play any top roles.
Judge Laverne, so what you are telling us here is that each security center was in fact supervised or directed, you could say, by a member from the standing committee. What I'd like to know is, was there a hierarchy among the security centers? And did S21 have a specific role in the organization of the security centers?
The accused, thank you for your question. I am willing to present this to the court, and I have been willing to present this to the court long ago. I would like to emphasize that the police office of each zone was under the direct supervision of each respective zone and the secretary. Under the immediate supervision of the secretary of respective zone. And each police office could not communicate directly to one another or with one another. S21 did not have the right to communicate the police office of the East Zone directly. The document I already presented to you during the early days will be used as the proof for this statement. First, I wrote and signed on the document and sent to my superior. This document was the confession of Long Mui alias Chun. When my superior read it already, then he wrote and sent it to Pol Pot for decision. After Pol Pot made the decision, then Son Sen organized the letter to be sent to the east. In that document, I already requested Your Honor's leave to have it projected on the projector already. It is the reason to prove that S21 had no rights to contact the police office in the East Zone. So we were independent. I, under the supervision of Son Sen, they were under the supervision of Sao Pum. And the communication had to be conducted through the party communication from top to down to the bottom. Because of this, I want to clarify that S21 is not a political military organization at the central level. It is just a Son Tebal organization under the supervision of the Central Committee as the other security officers. Police of the East Zone, controlled or supervised by the Central Committee. The police of the Southwest were also supervised by the Central Committee. All police were supervised by respective zone. So in conclusion, I can say that S21 was not the military political organization with the level of Central Committee, but it was a security office under the supervision of the Central Committee.
Judge Lavergne, was S21, contrarily to other security centers, was it the only security center to take in people coming from the standing committee or from other leading organs in the party? when these bodies were purged, did this situation occur in other security centers, or was this a specificity of S21? In the same way, were the other security centers, were they prepared to receive prisoners coming from zones outside of from outside of its range of influence? Was S21 prepared to receive prisoners from all over Cambodia?
Response. S21 was the tool or instrument of the Standing Committee. Number 2, it located in Phnom Penh. The location of S21 compared to the location of the Standing Committee office is no further than 5 kilometers. The telephone communication was hooked at all time. By this fact that the Standing Committee of the Central Committee people were to be arrested and sent to be detained at S21. In order that we were easily advised, managed, ordered, according to the principle as stipulated in Article 8. Number 2, for people who were collected from other zones, it was not the chairman of S21 who made the decision to or request to collect them, to arrest them. Or that S21 had the right to claim that people in other detention or the security offices to be brought to S21. It was not the case. So S21 had received prisoners from other zones. It's true. Because the power of the Standing Committee was so wide that it covered the whole country. So, prisoners who were from the other zones were collected and sent to S21 for their own purpose. So people, for example, the members of the Standing Committee who were arrested, they were not arrested by S21. Our decision was not made by S21. And number 2, when people were sent to S21, S21 itself did not make any request to have them brought in. To sum up, the specificity of S21 was stemming from the fact that the standing committee was the top organ that supervised the whole country. So the things or the assignments to be carried out by S21 were rather unique from the other because it had been ordered directly from the top. Other police officers supervised by the committee of each respective zone, no one had the authority to order or cross order to one another, otherwise we would be beheaded.
Duch Khmer.
So there is no hierarchy of all security centers all across the country. There was no police office who had the right to order other police office at all. That's my explanation concerning my response to your honors.
Judge Laverne, we have understood indeed clearly that there was no direct communication between the security centers. We understood that all of the security centers were under the supervision of the Standing Committee. But if I have understood correctly, there was, however, a specificity linked to the geographical proximity between S21 and the Standing Committee. And this geographical proximity, did it develop a specific role that did not exist in other security centers? I simply would like you to tell me if you know, let's say, if we refer to the security centers in the Eastern Zone, if they took in prisoners coming from the north or from the south or from elsewhere, or was this specificity only proper to S21 due to this geographic proximity to the Standing Committee?
The accused. Talking about the specificity, as you mentioned, when you refer to S21, S21 itself had a unique nature because it was located close to the Standing Committee, the Central Committee. And it was regarded as the exclusive tool to be used by the Standing Committee of the Central Committee. that the committee itself could have the power to bring in all kinds of prisoners from across the country to S21. So it was the authority of the standing committee, but it was not the authority of S21 to do so.
Judge Lavergne. Okay, so we're going to continue with the reading with the following paragraphs. So, the greffier, could you please proceed?
The President, we note that it is now time to break for today's session, and we observe that there are still several other paragraphs to be read out. Although we attempt to read today, we will not finish reading them by the end of the day. So that's why we would like to adjourn the session and resume on the morning of 18th of April. Excuse me, correction, of May at 9 a.m. At the same time, parties are also informed now that you will be given, you already been distributed the scheduling order concerning the hearing sessions to be conducted from the 18th of May to the 25th. The security personnel are instructed to take the accused back to the detention facility and bring him in on the 18th of May before 9 a.m. Parties are also invited to attend the hearing as scheduled.